Wop. Hello, welcome to whatever the hell this is. We are back for some more TSL nonsense.
Maybe a little bit of
Yay.
season concluding TSL nonsense.
That may or may not be the plan.
Okay.
Alright. So, how is everybody doing today? Mitha?
I'm here. I've been poked full of holes. But, I'm surviving. Been a lot going on.
Understandable. Azure? How is your whole situation going?
I am stable and collected.
Very good. Still have... I suppose you have the most holes out of all of us.
I gotta give that one to you on a technicality.
Considering how many raccoons there are.
Look, it's a lot of mouths to feed.
It really is.
How do you feed all of them? And where do you get all of those sugar cubes?
Look, we make it work, somehow.
It's called stealing from the government.
Government.
I would never admit to that on a public stream.
Yeah, no. Wink, this is a joke. Alright.
Winky face.
Stay tuned for more theft with a possible Raccoon Sky Pirates game.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
Anyways.
hopefully when we have another player or maybe a guest star or two, we'll be able to try something out called Raccoon Sky Pirates, and I will be hosting it.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. We all get to adopt one of the raccoons inside Azure and take him out for a spin.
What happens when you spin the raccoons?
They get dizzy.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
No. That's pencils and paper clips. Is that the accounting tabletop RPG? Pencils and paper clips?
Oh, Lord.
Sounds like it.
I mean, hey, there is a dating sim anime game that you can play that helps you do your taxes.
Is there really?
Yes, I am 100% serious. I forget what it's called, but it exists.
A dating sim anime. Okay. I have to admit, I'm a little incredulous.
Tax Haven 3000. Tax Heaven 3000.
I don't think tax and heaven can be put in the same description.
I'm sorry, but somebody already has.
Her name is Iris. There's body pillows. This website is... Oh, good. There's a boy option named Turbo.
Oh boy.
Excellent.
Turbo and Iris.
Oh, I'm not animating. Second.
Oh yeah, I should probably keep doing those social media posts where I just pick a random number and describe a raccoon.
That sounds like a good idea. Random number generator.
I think so far the only one I've done is 13, and his name was Lucky.
Aw. Alright. Well, that was a good random distraction.
Always.
So we are deep behind enemy lines.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to set the scene for us, Bula?
So we are in the capital,
Mm-hmm.
the place that Bula comes from. Bula is not happy about this, but it's like, we need to find some things here, so...
It's a
Guess what's
necessary
happening.
evil.
Yes.
What's the scenery look like?
I mean, we're talking, like, Gothic cathedral town. We're talking, like, Corinthian columns, thinking very highly of ourselves, lots of, like, churches, and very, like, fantasy Rome.
Mm-hmm. And how does it feel to be dressed in traditional garments again
Well,
that are appropriate?
I was just
women?
looking at that. It's just like, I think her tradition is gone up or something. Because, you know,
when you make a
she's-
personal sacrifice to act in accordance with your commandments, add one tradition, yeah.
yeah. I was just looking at that.
You know,
She doesn't feel great about it, but it's at least comfortable. It's familiar.
And what about Gwen? What's Gwen? How's Gwen feeling? Being
Gwen's definitely not as affected emotionally by it. She's currently wearing probably like a church robe or something to blend in a bit better outside of the cart.
yeah.
Trying to take whatever attention she can away from the rest of her party members that are a bit harder to disguise.
The
And
question is, how are they disguising Hitomi?
So is Hitomi and Beast is not at Farrell's 2.
Yeah, which means she's actually looking pretty human, so it's not... I mean, you put a nice hat on,
Yeah.
have a floopy dress to keep the tails under, and I think she could probably pass pretty well.
Yeah. And I believe we have an Evan and a Brist in a traveling cart.
Yeah, it's hard to
packed-
hide the horns that they both have.
Mm-hmm.
very tightly compact inside of a box, and it's uncomfortable, but also I am packed tightly against Cute Boy, so it's not all bad.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think Evan is just like being hugged by Briss to try and save space. And Evan is just holding his tail in his hand because otherwise he knows it's going to be going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Tap 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 tap. All right, so you are taking your cart to enter the main city.
Mm-hmm. We already got past the gate because we had
Yeah.
a little run-in with a gate guard.
Yes. What are y'all doing? What's the plan?
We are going in to investigate a vault deep beneath the church.
Which means finding an excuse to get inside of the church, which Bula knows that the vault is deep within the personal quarters of the church, and how would y'all like to do that?
Gwen probably asks something along the lines of, do you think it would be better to try and sneak in through the front door, or should we maybe sneak around through another entrance?
PM, is it reasonable that she probably knows a back way in?
Give me... you certainly know of one. I would love for you to
To roll something?
Yeah. Let's have you roll. Give me Defy Disaster with Heart. Or if you can argue something else, let me know what you would like to use. I guess I could also see Wit.
Yeah, wit makes a lot more sense to me right now.
Okay, yeah. I'll Defy Disaster with Wit.
Okay. First roll of the session and it's a downbeat.
Make sure to mark experience.
I have, which means it's like I already need to level the character up again.
All right. Let's take a look at this handy-dandy chart.
Why is it handy and or dandy?
All right. So, you find a back way in, and
Doesn't every closeted person in an oppressive religious upbringing know how to get in through the back?
I mean, you're not wrong. In this case, Bula's major focus is to not run into her family because they will probably recognize her immediately.
Yeah.
And I imagine there's got to be some way in that the clergy tend to use.
yeah. Speaking of which, you as you're coming through here, is like, hey, you see a slightly drunken priest of some kind.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like, hey, what are you three doing back here? This part of the church is not suitable for your ladylike, for you ladies.
Why are you drunk while you're supposed to be in charge here? Do you want me to report you to higher authority in the church?
You
My
talking
goodness,
back
you
to me,
smell
miss?
terrible. Yes, I am. What you gonna do about it?
He
Barf
goes
on
over.
me?
He goes over to backhand you.
Can I do a roll to see if she can actually defend herself physically this time?
Would you like to roll fight?
That would be preferable, yes. And I would say, your condition, she staggers.
Yes, Azure?
Could I use Gallant Rescue, or is this not
If she
the
failed the
right
roll,
situation?
Yes, I did.
it goes to backhand you. What do you do?
I want to say that he is so drunk that she grabs his wrist and encourages his forward momentum with just a tug, and so he runs face first into the opposite wall.
All right, and what are your choices?
Choose 3, and your opponent chooses 1. I'm definitely inflicting a condition.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm inflicting he's afraid.
Yeah.
Definitely creating opportunity for allies through my prowess and or distraction. and I want to take an object from him.
What object would you like to take?
Ring of keys.
Okay. He is going to also create an opportunity for an ally through powers of distraction, and he's going to start shouting, "Guards! These harlots are assaulting me! Guards!"
Okay. I think at this point it's like, do the swords... Are the swords out at this point?
You certainly hear clanking of armor from the distance. Gwen, what do you do?
Oh boy.
You have a second.
Someone who should be an expert in suits of armor.
maybe out of character. So he's already started screaming.
Yeah.
Ooh. I was gonna say the mask, but it has to be a lie about me.
Does it?
You want to roll?
Yeah. When you seek to persuade an NPC of a lie about yourself, roll plus wit.
Yeah, the mask works perfectly here.
Oh. I was gonna have Gwen lie to the guards about this guy and just say, "Oh, don't mind him. He's drunk."
Yeah, he tripped and fell. We really need to bring him to the infirmary.
Then I would like to roll the mask.
The lie about yourself is, why are you three here? You know? It's like we were trying to escort him to the infirmary, and then he tripped and fell and thought, you know how priest looks at his name tag is.
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is perfect.
Excellent. That's a 10.
Use 2.
I'm gonna go with they believe a big lie, and the lie you've chosen is unexpectedly perfect, creating a new opportunity. I think Gwen is the one at the end of the hall trying to like carry away like maybe like an empty bottle or something.
Yeah.
And when she like encounters the guard, she's just like, it seems our brother has partook of the spirits too heavily. We should get him somewhere to rest before he stumbles again.
Before he makes the church look bad, Bula adds.
Yes.
And I think she takes another point of tradition.
Yeah.
Gwen is putting on her best pitiful face.
Yeah, I think the guards grab him and start dragging him off. He's like, come on. To the infirmary and then the pit with you. Starts shouting about rough women and how they've tricked him again and all this other random lies and nonsense about you guys.
If Gwen... Does Gwen end up like following the guards to like spy on some stuff, or like still carrying the bottle?
If you'd like to follow the guards, yeah. What was the other believe the big lie, and what was the other option?
They believe a big lie, and the lie you've chosen is unexpectedly perfect, creating a new opportunity.
I mean, the idea is there is significantly less guards, and you see the vault in front of you.
Aha! Very good.
I think at this point, Evan and Brist are conveniently brought in and set down in a box by Esme. It's like, all right, boys, you can come out now.
Welcome to the party, boys.
Evan's head just pops up. It's like, do I have to, though?
You need to figure out a way to get this door open.
I've never figured out a way to get this door open on my own, so...
It's covered in vines and has like a bunch of holy symbols on it.
Ooh.
And it's kind of like
Evan-
inlaid into the ground so that it's almost like a trapdoor kind of thing.
So if Evan gets close enough to like brush away the vines, is it possible he'll also step on a trapdoor?
It's possible.
Hmm.
He's going to have to roll. See what happens.
Let me see. I think Evan will like get a bit closer to the door and try to like speak with the plants. It's like, excuse us, do you have any idea how we could get this door open? What secret doth the vines know?
I can't imagine the vines themselves like being there. Because it seems like a bad place for vines.
Let's roll. Parlay with the toxic power. Or call on a toxic power.
Okie dokie. Roll spirit. Find the button again.
The button. It eludes you.
Nope. That's a 5.
I would love for you to stagger, Evan.
How so?
So what does he says, is there anything way we can get you to move? What does Evan say? Kind of like?
Asking, it's like, do you have any idea how we could get this door open? Maybe he like steps too close and steps on like a trap door or something.
Oh,
Stagger.
the vines go, we think you'd let some devil-horned fiend into our midst. You insult me, boy. Get on your knees. Show respect to your elders.
Ew.
And they start crawling up your legs, and thorns start poking out and stabbing into you.
So for stagger, I will take the gain 2 conditions. Perhaps angry and insecure.
Lovely. That puts you at 4.
Wonderful.
I feel like it's time for some emotional support.
Well, y'all see vines crawling around and start digging themselves into Evan's skin. Hitomi, what do you do?
I think Hitomi is going to rush in and try to help.
How would Hitomi like to help?
It's like, oh dear, hang on, I got you. And she comes in with like, she in her bestial form, she actually has like claws that she can use.
The vine goes down Evan's neck and wraps around his jaw, and is just like, what did he? And starts moving his mouth, and he starts making noise and goes, get back away from me, you harlots. We do not like your kind here. You foxes, and so incredibly
Possessed?
rude.
Possessed vines, that's a new one, Hitomi's like. just ripping them apart with claws.
Would you like to roll fight?
Specifically, she's trying to get the vines off his neck.
Actually, so if your action is to help,
She's trying to help Evan.
I want you to roll fight, but I want you to do it with, I want you to roll emotional support, but I want you to do it with daring.
Okay.
Because that seems very, like, appropriate. It's like, you're protecting your friend and you're trying to make...
Mm-hmm.
And getting him free from this.
Emotional support with daring. Submit. Well, she gains an XP.
You all start to hear bells start to be gonged, and Evan starts shouting, "Thieves! Robbers! They're trying to get into the vaults!"
Oh boy.
Bula is like,
Yeah, Bola, what do you do?
they've been prayed over and nursed by the clergy for a great long time. That's why they're like this.
Oh. Hello, Void Phoenix. Thank you for follow. And nice 18.
Hey, how's it going? They are in one of my D&D groups.
Peace.
It was bad enough we had a church person screaming for help, and now the vines are making Evan scream out things.
Well, right now we have a bunch of pirates who are trying to raid a church vault, and it's not going well, Void Phoenix. We've gotten some bad rolls.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a tabletop session without him.
Yeah, indeed.
So, what would Bula like to do?
I think it would make sense that Bula would know some way past these things.
I would love for Bula to parlay with a toxic power.
Okay.
Actually, do you have any of the moves that, like, lets you talk about your commandments or something? Like...
I mean...
Oh, perfect. Spend tradition at any time to temper the wrath of an authority. Take +1 forward to follow your commandments or call on a toxic power. This seems like
Which
a
move
perfect...
is that? Or is that just tradition?
That's tradition.
Okay.
So you would have to...
Plus take 1 forward before or after I roll the toxic power roll.
You spend a point of tradition and add +1.
Okay.
Take 1 forward, and you can spend it on this call on a toxic power.
Gotcha.
But you have to
That
be following a
makes sense.
commandment.
She is, in this case. It's like she's following the religion shit.
Yeah. It's so does Bula just start spouting the Bible?
The Lataclavius version thereof, I suspect.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of raises her hands and starts quoting some particular scripture.
Yeah.
And I'm... Daring, Grace, Heart, Wit. I want to say this is a wit or a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
What's your move?
Call on a toxic power is...
It says heart or spirit.
Then you wanted spirit?
Um,
Because call
no,
on
it just
toxic
says
power is
spirit.
spirit.
Okay. Yeah, it just says spirit.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it with a +1 modifier, and it still failed. Holy shit! That was
Damn.
oh
Getting
my
good XP tonight, girl.
god. For characters that are never gonna get fucking used again, it's like, oh my god.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Like, we were talking about the possibility of stopping this for a little bit, because I'm not...
Well, you kind of want to do some other things, and we've got other ideas and other projects we want to do, and we've been doing this for a few weeks, and I get that. It makes perfect sense. It's just, the problem is it puts an idea, a mindset into my head that it's like, well, I'm never going to use this character again. I don't fucking care anymore.
Well, they're still going to live rent-free in my head.
I mean, all of my characters live rent-free in my head.
Yeah, who do you think I am? A landlord? I'm not charging my characters rent. I'm not a fucking despicable
I don't
horrible
charge rent to
parasite.
like 50-something raccoons. Why would I charge rent to my hundreds of OCs?
But anyway, it's like, okay.
Every
XP.
time you make an OC, a raccoon gets his first piece of trash.
Every time you make an OC, a raccoon finally gets to taste cotton candy for the first time
Yeah, without having to dip it into water.
without losing it to water. Just starts playing that weird animal rescue commercial music.
In the arms of an angel. Alright, well.
We're very silly today.
You see,
Yes?
Yeah.
I would have given a lot of raccoons treats then. Yes. Make them, please, continue making way too many OCs. My
Yes.
raccoons, they're starving. They just want a little treat.
So what happens as a result of Pula's low roll, unfortunately?
Bula, you
Yeah.
see guards rush into the room. The captain of the guard.
Oh,
Stop
great.
right there, fiends! Pointing a sword at you.
Stop right there.
You are under arrest. Gula? What are you doing with these? So the rumors are true. Very well.
So, what
Gods
have
do-
you heard?
Don't let them get away. And calls out two names. Please, call the king.
Can Hitomi do something sly at this point?
Let's get a turn order first. Because we are entering...
Oh, okay, so we're just going straight into combat then. Okay.
Well, it doesn't have to be combat. We are getting into things where the beats and everything are going to slow down, and I want to ensure that everybody gets their turn. Initiative-
We're rolling grace, right?
Yeah, initiative doesn't necessarily mean combat.
Okay.
I like to have numbers to have an order for things to happen in. You know? If that makes sense.
Man, I'm finally going to get to use this one ability of Evan's that I forgot that I had.
Very good. Need Bula and Totomi's grace rolls.
Okay, you need a grace roll from Bula and... Got it.
All right.
Am I marking XP off that?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't give me a reason to give you a consequence for it. All right. Gwen,
Yeah.
you have the first draw. What do you do?
Hmm. Well, I don't have any outrageous powers, so I suppose.
What about normal powers?
You see
Yeah.
2 guards rushing off to go grab the king. And you are starting to become surrounded. And there's a gate to a vault in front of you.
I think Gwen is going to try and go after the 2 that are going for the king to buy us some more time. But she will go with fight.
Okay. Roll that fight.
If she does some cool flips and uses slippery passively to get past the rest of the guards trying to surround them, may I roll grace for fight?
You are always a red roll grace for fight. But
Hell
yes,
yeah. I
It's
forgot
just-
that was a thing I could do, so thanks.
gives me just gives more flavor.
Yeah,
Gwen just runs at the guards, does a little twist, and contorts in a weird way to get past them and starts going for the 2 guards. That is a 10.
Hell yeah. Choose 3.
May I inflict a condition on either of them?
Yep.
I would like to give maybe like frightened to one and hopeless to the other.
All right.
And for my third option, I would like to seize a superior position in the sense of getting in front of them, like getting in their way.
Yeah.
that makes
What did
sense.
they do in response?
I like the idea that Esme transforms and like knocks down some rubble, trapping you both in this little circular area because there's only like 1 or 2 ways out, and she blocks the way forward with a slash of her claw, and they all
Hell yeah.
gasp. And
What do my opponents do with their fight option?
I think you see one of them have a glowing hand and presses it hard into your chest and says, "Repent, sinner." And you take a condition.
Would that be guilty for the repent thing or hopeless for a 2-on-1?
I think guilty makes sense. Hey, tell me,
Oh, yeah.
what would you like to
Hell
do?
yeah.
I think she digs into a little pouch on her belt and pulls out a little round ball and throws it down, slamming it into the floor. And, like, puff of smoke fills the room.
Yeah.
And she's going to basically do a smoke bomb, making it very hard for them to see, particularly with those damn helmets.
Yes. Very good.
Because I like the idea that this character is tactical and tricky and slippery.
Yeah. Have you spent that XP on Hitomi? Or was that on a different character?
That was on Bula. Bula has a level up pending. Hitomi does not currently. Why do you ask?
Oh, okay, because there's literally a move called Slippery that would be fun for her to take as well.
What class tree is it in?
The Naga, I think.
Snack. Danger noodle.
Well, if she gets enough,
Yes, it is the Naga.
It is the
If she
danger
gets-
noodle.
if she gets enough XP, then I will probably go for it.
Danger noodle. Yummy. All right. Smoke bomb. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
What was that roll? Are you doing anything like on top of that smoke bomb, or or is that the main action?
I think she also pulls her sword out and she's like going to go after like one of them.
Okay.
It sounds like Gwen and Esme have the ones that were trying to flee and are no longer fleeing, so whoever's closest or most dangerous. Like the guy
he's a
who was
captain.
like the captain who was threatening Bula seems like a good candidate.
All right. Yeah, roll fight.
Tony fight, and if she gets a 10, I'm invoking Big Dyke energy.
You always gotta invoke
Please.
that big dyke energy.
Please get a 10.
13. Okay, Big Dyke energy is invoked.
What happens?
Okay, she is, first of all, she's seizing a superior position because she is teleporting behind the asshole, because that is a thing that she can do in her mythos.
Yeah.
And the
Does
captain.
I can't do the Japanese, but you were already dead.
Ome wamo shindaru.
Nani?
And then she just katana right to the gut, you know? Ome wamo shindaru. Shink!
Hell yeah.
Maximum meme. Choose 3, your opponent chooses 1. That is violence or cutting words, inflicting a condition. Like he is terrified. He's got a sword through the gut, and also I think she takes his weapon away from him.
Yeah.
And I think she is making an opportunity for Bula, because Bula has a ring of keys, correct?
Yeah.
It's not her turn yet.
Correct. All right, Evan. You are currently incredibly injured, covered in vines. What do you do?
So mechanically, am I unable to go anywhere because of the vines, or was that just a thing to inflict conditions?
You are trapped fictionally. You're going to have to get out before you can do something.
I have an idea.
Also, I could see the trust someone only to be betrayed working here.
Oh, for the vines?
Yeah.
It's like plants would never betray me. They're my friends.
Yeah. And so you can, when you complete a choose and trial, mark it, choose one, mark XP, clear a condition, or take a string.
Oh, I forgot that was a side effect of the thing. I thought something only happened when I finished all 4.
Nope, you get it each time you select it. Did you not take XP for the other couples?
I think I took XP for the first one, befriend someone very different. I think I clicked fall in love last session when he and Brist kissed. So that would be 1 more XP.
All right, so yeah, you take that XP, and then if you want to clear a condition here, go ahead.
Ooh, I would like to remove frightened.
Okay.
Boy in love. Boy in love.
I would like to use an ability I took from another playbook that seems very fitting right now.
Yeah, what is that?
Evan is going to use Resplendent Weapon. When I fight, I can roll Spirit instead of Daring, but I cannot conceal my presence or identity when I'm doing this. So I think
Is it a whale?
Evan's eyes like glow a menacing color, and his horns get like this black outline that makes them look longer. Same with his claws and his tail.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a whale?
I would. Oh no, demon stuff.
Okay.
Cause he tiefling.
Tiefling.
Using repressed emotions as fuel.
Yes.
And he is going to fight, whether that is the vines or the guards, whatever he can get to.
The vines would be their first opponent.
Yeah. Oh.
Lights your skin on fire and burns them away or something.
Just horns and claws grow longer, looks even more feral.
Yeah. Just fucking Karlak them and burn them on your skin as you, like, vent steam.
Yeah, but it's black flame because it's cooler.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that sounds steamy.
Damn, that's a 9 for fight.
That's enough to get the vines away.
Would that use both of my options?
You get... That would... Inflict a condition would be enough to get the vines off of you. So you select one.
I would like to inflict a condition on the vines through violence, and then I would like to go for the guard captain, who said mean things to Bula and them, I think.
All right,
or called us thieves or something.
Yeah.
I cannot quite
I think
remember.
he did all of those things, actually.
Yeah. So you inflict a condition to get free of the vines, and then you're going to do what on the captain?
Just slices through the vines and then like leaps at the captain with the same claws.
Okay. And what's your second option? Because you already chose to do damage.
Remember that the captain has a sword through his chest at the moment.
So there's 2 guards being held off by Esme and Gwen, and the other 2 and the guard captain are fighting us, right?
Yeah, about.
I think Evan will go with the option to create an opportunity, and he just like leaps behind one of the guards and like twists their arm backwards.
Hell yeah. Bula.
Hi.
You're having a panic attack.
Oh god, my mental health issues are now causing me problems. Alright.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Real quick. We're good? Out of game, we're good?
Yeah, I'm
good
actually
to
doing pretty
introduce
good
this?
right now. Yes, you're good to introduce this.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
Thank you for checking.
Of course. I care deeply about your feelings, and I want you to be okay. Especially when interacting in such a tense moment.
Well, and dealing with, like, things that are kind of close to home.
Exactly why I bring it up. This is a lot. I want to make sure my friend is okay.
I appreciate that. So, yeah. I think, like, she's kind of freezing. Like, holding her hands up. Probably, like, trying to hold her head a little. Does this mean I don't get an action?
No. You would just need to try to
I can
overcome
imagine-
this.
Yeah, it's sort of a roll to try and break through. I don't know.
Let's
What do you
defy disaster
Okay.
with
This feels kind of spirit
spirit.
to me.
Yeah, willpower. That's absolutely.
And no. Oh wait, that was the wrong character. Hang on. Bad roll.
That's a 7. If you
Well,
want to take it.
also,
Because you have 1 in...
Well-
Bula has 1 in spirit, I will let you take the 7.
okay, does that at least make it a mixed beat?
That's a mixed beat.
Okay. I would take a mixed beat on Bula,
Okay.
considering the dice have been a little bit shit.
The GM will offer you a hard choice or a success with a sacrifice.
Uh-huh.
The hard choice
Now remember that Hitomi created an opening for Bula.
yes. So I have something a bit dramatic I'm thinking about, but I don't know if it's the right choice.
I mean, I always love dramatic. I live for dramatic.
All right. Hard choice is force a class change.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Yes.
Fully throw off your chains and make a new and do a new Bula.
Damn, which
Are you attempting to define what playbook I choose, or do I get to choose?
I will allow you to suggest, and if I do not think it fits the moment, I will.
Because I can think of one thing that absolutely fucking fits.
What would you like?
And I think it's very thematically appropriate. I'm going to send you a DM real quick on Discord. And tell me if you think this is a good move.
Ah, secret.
Tell me what you think.
Vibrating eyes emoji.
Meanwhile, I'm going to need... Oh, thank you. You beat me to it.
Beat me to it by one click. I almost unbanned them by accident.
Ah!
We did that once. It was hilarious.
Yes.
So, my only problem with that is we already have one.
I know. It just... That's very fitting. And... If you... Do you have another idea? There's always Naga.
That was going to be my possible other suggestion. I was going to look at it.
Yeah, go ahead and pull up the Naga.
The Naga comes from a society that hunts them or exploits them for their Nagami, their magistress jewel. As such, the Naga are hiding and live their lives shape-shifted into a body that's not their true form. Their central conflict lies in the vulnerability of sharing their true selves versus the safety of passing in a society that would do them harm.
Mm-hmm. So far, so good.
I think that's a really interesting turn for Blue.
Even with like the acid breath stuff, that fits pretty well too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Nagami, your source of magic power, is a power entrusted to you by the elements of the people in your care long ago. Work for GM, manifest. Yeah, like it's
Okay.
it's a bit, obviously we're gonna be, this is dragon and not snake.
I know. So it's a slightly different reptile. Whatever.
Yeah.
I
I
can
think I
still put
really
that.
like this. If you're
Okay.
if you're good with it.
I'm good with it. Let me.
Plus, we've already done Bula Beast in our other.
Yes.
Class change. Class change.
I'm trying to find it in the.
Would you like a new sheet? Would that make this easier?
No, that would actually make things worse.
Okay.
Bonk. There we go. Because that.
So, when you change
There we go.
classes, let's pull up those rules for the audience.
Well, the thing is, it's not like she is choosing a new playbook. It's essentially a consequence class change.
Well,
So,
I want to go
sure
through
rules-
the... I don't know. How... If you're okay with this being a switch to a new playbook advance...
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Essentially, I think it's a really interesting narrative. It's like... It's the throwing off the chains kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is you throwing off the chains.
And 5, that's the expenditure. That's a check off. Switch to a new playbook. There we go.
Switching playoff signifies that your character has grown past the emotional conflict that defined them and is grappling with something new. Maybe the trickster is longer too terrified to tell others what she's feeling, but instead flees when feelings get too intense and becomes a scoundrel. Maybe the spooky witch feels secure about her social connections to her friends, but struggles with her own self-expression versus fitting in, becoming a beast. You gain the stats, playbook features, and playbook moves of the new playbook as you were making a brand new character. Consider a dramatic costume change that reflects your new playbook too. You lose the mechanical effects of your old playbooks and advances, but keep one playbook move. Treat this as you had chosen to take a move from another playbook advance, except you don't need to check it off.
Okay, I don't need to check it off then. Okay.
Keep your strengths and conditions, and you may keep any narrative elements of your character that make sense, even if you lose the mechanical impact. You may still have devotees if you believe you have a destiny. The rules never apply to you. You still have monstrous familiars, but it doesn't have a mechanical effect.
So, what about the stats, though?
Your stats are going to be... I have the Naga open on here.
Okay.
So we take 0. Do you want 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 1? Which one of these two do you like? Out of the Naga.
I'm looking on the stream. Give me a second here.
Yeah.
Either way, her heart becomes 0. Second. It's just a question of, like...
And remember, you get to add 2 after.
I sort of like the one with the +1 wit.
Okay. Take that one. So, negative 1 daring.
So, negative 1 daring.
0 grace.
Grace is on 0.
Heart is 0.
Got that.
Wit is
Wit
1.
is 1, and spirit is 1, but I get to take
Plus
2
1
points.
to 2 different... Add +1 to 2 different stats.
Okay. And also, what about the advancements? Add +1 to a stat. Do those get reset
Yes.
back to untaken?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything resets. Like you're making a new...
Okay. And I can take off everything that she had except for one thing.
Yes. Which one do you want to keep? So there's Silly Taurus, Tip of the Lift, Big Dyke Energy.
I always like Big Duck Energy.
And keep Big
It's a
Dyke
pretty
Energy.
good one.
I do really like that one.
You can remove the other 2.
I've done so. I removed Silly Tourist and Stiff Upper Lip.
Cool. Now,
Okay. And I have set her XP down 5 to from 8 to 3.
alright. And then you get the playbook moves of Venom and Mask of Many Faces. And you get to
The
take 2
character
more.
sheet checked them off automatically.
Then you take 2 more.
2 more. Okay. I like that. I'm definitely taking. Wait a minute. Slippery was the one we wanted on Hitomi,
Yeah.
but now it's on Bula.
I mean, if you want it, you can take it.
I'm good with that idea.
I really like I Will Hide No More as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think contextually, given the situation.
Throw Slippery on all of our characters just cause.
I mean, I already throw big Dyke energy on all of my characters because I fucking love that move.
Good move.
I mean, those are some my 3 favorite words.
Big Dyke and energy?
Yeah. At least 2 of my 3 favorite words.
Big and Dyke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push his fingers together.
I know exactly what playbook I'll give to this Gwen later.
So I think, going back to the actual scene we were in, Bula transforms.
All right. So
you not just you not just have Esme over there in dragon form, but now you have Bula also. Esme is blue and Bula is green.
all right. So a quick moment I want to have.
Okay, do it.
So you're in this like emotional turmoil, and you feel a clawed hand on your back.
Uh-huh.
Hey, sweetie. Is everything all right?
No.
You don't have to hide from them. You're stronger than this. Okay? We're here to protect you.
He nods, not entirely sure what's happening.
You can let it out. We'll protect you. I will protect you.
Does she recognize this voice?
It's Esme.
Ah, very good. Then this is a voice that she trusts, and she nods because, you know, she trusts Esme.
And describe what happens.
I mean, I think she starts off with her head is in, she's got her head in her hands, she's kind of shaking, and her hands start to change first, all clawed, and like she already had like the little horn nubs and the tail nub, and this like those rapidly expand. Until like that entire side of the room is just her and her wings. And there's just a little bit of like acid breath on just like on the edge of her breathing.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I think she's looking at the guard captain who just got a sword in his gut, and it's just like, there's one thing you don't get. You don't get to command me anymore.
I like that you let off a burst of acid, burning the door
Okay,
down.
one problem. Oh, okay, at the door, sure. Just the problem is Hitomi's right behind the guard captain, and I don't want to hurt her.
Don't worry, she is very good at using human shields. It's not what happens, but don't worry.
She's so valid for that.
It's like hides behind. Look, she's got a nice figure. She can turn sideways and just barely get stung. You know, it's fine.
Okay, so she's already got the move that she loses some clothes, but becomes just slightly sexier in doing so. I'm going to invoke that in this situation.
Yeah. Starts firing acid at everybody, knocking them out or killing them to your choice.
I mean, a lot of the guards, I think she's absolutely just melting them.
Yeah. I love how, and just like Atomi's like expertly dodging and using human shields, and some of the acid splashes on her clothes and the rip plays.
Rip applies, I love it.
And then so for the remainder of scene, whenever she gets a 10+, you may declare that they have a crush on you. And then anybody who becomes smitten for the remainder declares smitten for the remainder of the scene. You can mark XP.
Oh boy. Gwen's at 3. Don't do this to her.
I mean, isn't Gwen already smitten with Hitomi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to increase your Nagami by 1.
Okay, that makes good sense. What are the actual conditions for that?
Would you like to read through it, or I can as well?
I don't... Let's see... Your Nagamani, precious jewel, is the source of magic and power, and it is a power entrusted by the elements that your peoples care long ago. Work with your DM to define what the elements are and how this manifests in the Nagami. They could be classic nature element. Well, at this point, it's like it's her dragon.
Yeah.
It's her dragon form.
It's her gem dragon mom or something.
Yeah.
It's not like the item isn't probably 100% accurate.
Score starts at 1. If it hits 4, you have at least 1 condition. You can't hold back and unleash venom. So essentially, this is her venom strike.
Yeah.
If your Naga money drops to 0, you lose all your Naga playbook moves and are stuck in your true form until it increases it again. Increase Naga money when you express yourself by taking on an appearance close to your true form. Well, she's definitely done that.
Yeah.
You get hurt or witness somebody else getting hurt by another. Decrease it when you suppress your identity to stay safe. Or get emotional support from another PC. Okay. And it starts at 1, so that would mean it goes up to 2.
Yeah.
Just based on the text.
So there's a way through. The guard bells are still ringing. They know something's happening. You only have so much time. But how does everyone react to this?
I think Hitomi locks the door to the room and like moves the vault door from, instead of being in their way getting into the vault, but just like picks it up and slams it to block the way for the guards to get in.
Mm-hmm. No, nobody's got any quips, nothing. Or they were just like, well, this is normal.
I think Hitomi is just like, well, that's hot.
Roll and dice on your own character, I guess.
Okay, little weird, but okay. I can roll with that.
If I'm trying to imagine if Gwen found that hot, how would I have her react to feelings for?
Oh no.
Damn, it's free XP.
Yeah, that's definitely free XP. I feel like her feral goes up by 1. As a consequence of that bad roll.
So maybe it also makes. How does Pula feel about getting hit on?
Honestly, I think she just laughs. There's this sort of a big, hearty dragon chuckle.
All right.
I feel like Gwen hears Hitomi shout out that Bula's hot, and she tries to like keep herself composed. It's like, yeah, she's right, but I can't just scream that out too. Gotta keep cool.
Lovely. Did you all run inside of the vault?
Sure you can. Yes, we're running in, and I imagine, like, Big Fox and Esme sort of take up the rear a little as a rear guard. And
yeah, I think Esme has to shift back because it's a person corridor, like, kind of thing.
What about Bula?
Bula probably would need to shift back as well.
Can she do that now? Is that something she can do freely?
That is one of the benefits of the Beast, of not being the Beast playbook.
Yeah, okay.
Switching back and forth is a little bit easier.
Okay, then yeah. I think she's still got, like, big green horns, though. You know, like the art we have of her.
Big horn energy.
And,
Big green horn.
let's see, we've been alive for an hour and a half. Now would be honestly a good time for a break.
Yeah, I would actually like a piss break.
Have you,
really nice.
have you all eaten today? Have you eaten, Mita?
I did have something earlier, but I'm going to probably get something else also.
Sounds good. Get some water, get a quick nom. We're gonna take a quick 10 to 15 minute break, and we will be right back.
Self-care break!
Yes.
I would generally advise, yes.
Welcome back. We're gayer than
Considering-
ever.
Considering the timer hit 0.
The timer is a suggestion.
Every time we stream, we get 1% gayer.
I mean, is it a competition?
Yes.
It sneaks up on you at first.
Just like the existence of casual sex implies the existence of ranked competitive sex.
Well, yeah.
I'm competing in that ranked competitive autism.
Ranked competitive autism.
Yeah.
Oof. That's just.
Who had the last turn?
I think it was Bula's turn because all of that was about Bula's turn.
It is Gwen's turn next. Though we're in slightly less combat-y.
Are we no longer in combat rounds?
Bula dealt with the guards issue by anime transformation sequence.
And also Hitomi dealt with, like, ads coming down the hallway because
Yeah.
now that way's
Please don't
blocked.
kill me. They're gonna get me, babe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like, you're not getting through that.
Yeah.
So that frees up Gwen, yes?
Well, there's an open passageway now.
Hell yeah.
I think y'all are gonna start heading down there, presumably.
That is sort of the plan because we came down here to find a thing for Esme.
Yes.
And I think Bula's sort of like, well, I hope you have a plan for how we're going to get him out of here.
You enter a dark and deep cavern full of like stalagmites and stalactites and dripping water, and you hear running water somewhere. It's very pitch black. What do you all do? There are like various bookshelves lining the walls, and then there's like glass and various like trinkets and odds and ends that are theoretically protected. There's a carved pathway, but it's not. It's very spoopy down here.
I think Hitomi actually goes into her pack and she pulls out a torch and she lights it.
Okay.
Because I think that makes sense.
And just keep walking along.
I think there's a certain amount of caution and trepidation at this point. Does Bula know of like traps or anything down here?
It's fairly likely. You know, you're not 100% sure that there are, but it'd be shocking if there weren't, especially considering the condition of your entrance.
Yeah. I think Bula is just like, yeah, keep an eye on the walls, watch for traps.
Would everybody like to give me a Defy Disaster roll, please?
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Oh boy. Pounced Stowe.
I will take Race. I will take Wit. Yeah, Grace or Wit.
Gwen got a 10 with Grace.
Hitomi got a 10.
Oh boy. Evan got a 5.
Well, that's not good.
It's not good for him, but it's great for the story.
Bula got it. Interesting. What did Hitomi roll with?
Hitomi used Grace. Bula rolled Wit.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, Hitomi, you are leaving at some point, and with your little fox ears, you hear a click. What does she do?
Holds a hand up, points in the direction she heard it from.
You stop everybody, and you see a giant axe swing by, cutting one of your hairs.
Is it shiny?
The axe? Yes.
May Gwen use Gallant Rescue to help Bula, or is it too late?
So I'm kind of doing these one by one.
Gotcha.
Okay. Whose turn is it exactly?
So Hitomi dodges the flying axe,
Okay.
and then you all, I'm assuming y'all keep walking.
I suspect there's a moment of, well, okay, that just happened.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they keep walking.
And how does Gwen avoid the spike pit?
Oh boy.
It's just that kind of an adventure.
How big is the spike pit? Like, is it like the thing that's big enough for one person or several?
It's big enough for you, one person.
I think Gwen feels the floor drop out from under her, and she just immediately does the splits to get either side of the thing, and then quickly jumps back up.
All right.
When being athletic, all right.
Good old slippery.
And what did Evan roll?
Evan rolled a 5 with Grace, so downbeat.
Grace. All right. And you said, so,
I want to know how Itomi succeeded with Grace.
that was she heard the click, and then the axe swung forward.
Okay, but she didn't get hit, so I guess I'm unclear on what happens to Bula.
Well, I was just about to get to that.
Okay.
So, what's another classic trap?
Darts.
The poison darts blowing from holes in the walls, the very Indiana Jones kind of, and the
Yeah.
Temple of Doom kind of thing.
Yeah, so, there's a tripwire, and everyone else ducks, and Evan gets hit by some poison arrows that are sticking out of him like a porcupine.
Oh, great.
Can I at
Market
least say
condition.
that he?
Go
Can I
ahead.
at least say that he blocked Brist from taking any arrows?
Yes, that's very cute.
Evan still
Adorable.
kind of feral looking, still protects Brist.
Yeah. Market condition.
Poisoned.
4 conditions. This is fun.
And in the commotion, Bula hears a voice just from Esme. It's like, Bula, come over here. We need you to look at this.
She turns and follows.
And you stare at this like egg. It's
Okay.
in a glass case. It's crystallized and looks like it's covered in sapphires.
Ooh.
I need you to grab that. Be careful.
I think the first thing she does is she examines the case
Mhm.
to see if she can see an obvious, like, trick or trap to it.
She finds it. She like disconnects something and you hear a off-gassing. But were able to clear it without getting poisoned.
Yet. She's not poisoned yet.
Does anyone else hear Esme's voice saying like, "Hey, Bula, come look at this"?
No. In fact, after the arrows fire, you look around and you don't see Bula anywhere.
Oh no. Oh no.
Gwen would like to quickly look around for Bula with the gallant rescue thing.
Seems like a good time for that.
What does Gallant
Oh
Rescue
boy.
do?
Oh boy.
When you defy disaster that's about to befall someone else, you either gain a string on them. You can either gain a string or ask them questions. You can roll a 6-. So, to be fair, you need to do this before the roll happens, technically.
Damn.
Wait, how would you know then that you need to use Galen Rescue?
When you defy disaster that's about to befall someone else, you step in. I say, hey, Bula, roll defy disaster. Gwen can then step in and say, I would like to take that roll. Thank you very much.
I did say it earlier when we were all rolling all four, but I did not know it needed to be
Okay,
like
so I'll...
said like, "Hey, I would like to use this instead of Bula doing a roll."
Either gain a string. That's how I'm reading it, at least. Is that you need to step in and do it for them?
What if I promise to make it gay?
Yeah, sure. Roll plus wit.
Hell yeah. Defy disaster, right?
Yes. So, we're gonna get this roll, and then I'm gonna jump back to blue.
That's a 12.
You, put your hand through the wall. There's a secret passage. And you presumably, do you rush in?
Yes.
Cool. Bula.
Uh-huh.
Seems to be no traps. What you want is right in front of you, the dragon egg. What do you do?
Okay, so I had said before she checks to see if it's like trapped in any other way, and you said that she found it.
She finds it, disarms it.
Disarms it, yeah.
Yeah.
And after she's confident it's disarmed, she's going to start taking the case apart
As you
to try and get at it.
lift the as you lift the case off of the egg, you hear the floor fall beneath you. And Gwen, you see this in front of you, and you reach out and grab her hand, just barely stopping her from falling into the pit.
Yay!
As Gwen grabs Bula's hand, can she like pull her away from the pit and into like one of those how's it described? Like when two people are dancing and one dips the other.
Mm-hmm.
Grabs Bula's hand, pulls her away from the pit, does a little spin, and ends up dipping her by accident.
Dipping her, and I like that you all I like that you have to lean so far back that she falls on top of you.
It's gay, I like
that
it.
seems like a good way to get a string and also increase her feelings to 4.
Yeah.
Is Bula on top of Gwen or Gwen on top of Bula?
Physics reasons, Bula should be on top of Gwen. Because, like, you grab the person, you pull them back, you're at the bottom, the weight, you know? That's how that would metaphysically work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just shorten it. You're the bottom.
Damn. All right, added the string, feeling to
I
pull.
fixed it.
Gwen has saved Bula and is underneath her now. I think Gwen like blushes but tries to hold eye contact even though it's clearly making her nervous.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my. Uh, that was interesting. She's clearly flustered.
Gwen probably does a giggle that is very unlike her cool bad girl persona.
I, can I request a quip from Hitomi as she sees the scene?
Just like, I think the quip is Hitomi sort of leans into this scene and looks at this and is just like, so Gwen, how do you feel about polyamory?
Probably just snorts and starts giggling. You know, between the two of you, you make it very hard to hold on to a cool, unbothered persona.
Yeah, but you're so cute doing it.
Gwen is blushing and flustered, but she does not regret helping her teammate.
Also, you did get a 10 plus here. And so that can trigger rip.
Hell yeah. How does she get another rip in her clothes?
Well, when you roll a 10 plus on a move against any NPC, you may declare they have a crush on you. But that, I guess, doesn't apply. But additionally, if any PC becomes smitten with you during the remainder of the scene, the scene may mark XP. So if anybody would like...
Technically, I mean...
If Bula would like to declare smitten on Hitomi...
You know what? Fuck it. Sure. Let's do it.
Cool.
Bula on top of one girl, looking up at another girl with ripped clothing.
It's just like, okay. She's like, oh come on. Oh my. Ooh.
All right.
Kind of likes this.
So, what is
Bula trapped between a bottom and a top.
When you become smitten with someone, give them a string and answer this question. What is the worst way you fear they might break or betray your trust? This is
The
Bula
worst
answering.
way?
What is the worst way you fear they might break or betray your trust?
I mean, just hurting her feelings, really.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't exactly, I didn't come prepared with this, so it's
All
like,
right.
what I'm coming up with on the spur of the moment. Just hurting her feelings. It's just, not quite sure what else to do with that.
Cool. So, Hitomi gets a string on Bula.
Okay.
Bula gains an XP.
Okay. I'm actually going to make a little note. Smitten. Come on, give me the Bula. There we go. Bula now has enough XP to get another level up.
Very good.
Okay.
I know my bottle seems to be frozen. My phone is restarting, so that'll be in a sec.
Whoops.
My phone decided to update for reasons. All right. Cool.
Uh-huh.
So you pull yourselves up, presumably?
Yeah.
Just like, look, we have rooms back on the. I think Esme looks in and is like, look, girls, you all can get a room together later, but we have something important to find.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Mom.
Mom.
Sorry, Mom. It just sort of happened.
Gwen, trying to avoid eye contact, absolutely embarrassed.
Sorry, Mom.
All right. Cool.
All right, so
Does this leave Brist with a moment to notice Evan's more feral features?
Absolutely.
also I think Bula says something about there's something in here that's trying to distract us away from something. She's just sort of trying to describe and warn them about what happened to her, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all found an illusion.
Well, Bula did, at least.
And there's a giant pit in the ground.
My dad seems to really have a thing for giant pets. Bula notes. It's a little disturbing, actually.
So, what does Evan sees Brist kind of like staring at him?
Yeah, he just thinks he looks scary to him. With the longer horns, the sharp claws, the spikier looking tail.
New look, huh? Suits ya.
He does not say anything, but his tail is wagging again.
What was it about getting rooms later? I think Hitomi quips.
Evan, internally, I look terrifying. He'll never like me now. Meanwhile, Brist, oh, you look cute. Literally that meme of, no, look away, I'm turning into a horrible monster, and the other person's like, I love you so much.
That's kind
I
of
might
hot,
be
though.
kind of turned on right now.
So once we get past the illusionary trap, what doth
keep
we
heading,
see
You
next?
keep heading forward.
We keep moving forward, ever forward.
All right.
Just
No
not
going back
straight
now. Oh, there's nothing straight about this group.
Correct.
It's time for another fight.
Okay.
What do we think?
I mean, like religious golems or guards or something. Religion-themed.
I'm trying to make this not just a session of D&D is the only problem. You know?
Yeah,
Dungeon
I mean-
delving nonsense. I mean, I was thinking of having your dad show up or
I'd be fine with that. I'd just be curious how he got in there.
He has his own methods. You know, own passages. It's his cave. You know.
Well, Boo would have a lot of quips for him.
All right.
I always thought you hated getting your hands dirty. I see your penchant for liking big holes is unchanged.
All right. So I think you come into another room, and you see Chervonis, the old librarian, chained to the wall.
Where? No, clear.
And see your father holding a whip. Daughter.
I have a really funny response to this, but it would break all of the quips that I want to make.
Yeah.
Tough choice.
Yeah. What were you saying, DM?
Well. So we meet again, daughter. Well, can I even really call you that anymore, can we?
I mean, technically, if my understanding is correct, I never was.
You do know.
I mean, it doesn't take much to figure it out. You never actually told me what the medication was for. All I had to do was find out what the medication was for. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out after that point. The question is, when did you find out?
I'm not the one who's on trial here.
Well, that's adorable.
She is.
Because I hate to say this, but you are absolutely the one that is on trial here. Every move you make from this point decides what I'm going to do with you. And if I don't like it, it's not going to end well for you, Dad.
I think you see her crying. It's like, just do what he says.
When have I ever?
Bula shows up, part dragon form with a tiefling, a fox woman, some kind of lesbian pirate, and a giant dragon, and also a minotaur.
Okay, I want to point one thing out real quick. It's like we just got done with like a whole arc of Bula like not conforming to tradition. That's been the point of this whole arc with Bula's character. And then it's like the first thing that happens when in the final confrontation with her dad is you need to do as you're told.
I don't know. That seemed like appropriate to his character.
I mean, it is absolutely on theme, but she ain't doing it.
I mean, I'm not asking her to. I'm giving her an
Claire
opportunity. She's.
You give her an opportunity to declare that she's not going to, at least. If that's what you mean.
Well, it's reptile mom. That you're the librarian, Chervonis.
Yes. And I think... Can Bula go stand in front of her protectively?
If you move, the whip gets released, hitting her across the face.
This creates an effect. immediately. DM, would you allow me to do roleplay actions?
Yes, what do you want to do?
There's a dragon that tackles into the ground.
You're in a tight, confined space. That's...
Doesn't matter.
How... I mean, I guess if the dragon is small enough that it can fit inside of... If it's more dragonborn kind of thing...
I can see that. Maybe sort of an in-between stage. Sure.
Okay. Well, you have a new move for this.
I do, actually.
You can change your entire physical appearance at will as long as you have at least 1 point of enogamy. When you do, describe your current appearance and choose one.
Sort of, doing the female dragonborn look, and she's going to take one forward and fight, because what she's going to do is she's going to absolutely tackle this bitch, because she is done taking his shit and his manipulations. Again, giving her arc a satisfying conclusion.
We gotta save the librarian.
I mean,
It's the gayest character we can rescue.
she was always the one who was nice to her. So I think that that is an appropriate reaction for Mula.
Yeah, roll fight.
Okay, with one forward.
Yes.
Mixed speed.
All right. Choose 2 and your opponent chooses 1.
Okay. Violence cutting words inflicts a condition, and sees a superior position. She has tackled him to the floor. She is on top of him. He is pinned. Superior position. And the condition is he is prone. He has been tackled.
Okay.
I don't know if that really counts as a condition, though. Hang on. Angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless, insecure. Frightened? The only problem is, it's like, seems like every time I use frightened, it doesn't really seem to have any effect on NPCs.
I mean, I've been trying to take actions that involve the NPCs getting... I mean, I think this would just make him angry, personally.
Okay. Then call it angry.
And, I think he growls and, shoves a dagger into your side that, leaves a searing, hot, white pain in you. Stagger.
Ooh. Stagger.
Anti-dragon slaying blade.
A dragon slaying blade. Okay. So he came prepared for this fight.
Yeah. Always is.
He's annoying like that.
All my homies hate Bula's dad.
I mean, he is complete dick. But he's the head of the church, so there's consequences. Whose turn is it?
Did you resolve your stagger?
Okay, what do I need to roll?
Stagger, you need to pick an option
Okay.
based on the number of conditions you have.
She doesn't have any at the moment.
When you suffer a staggering physical or emotional blow, you choose one of the options for the following based on the number of conditions you have. 0 to 3. Pick one of those options. So you hesitate or stumble, and the opposition gains an opportunity. You lash out at someone whose regard really matters to you, provoke them to do something foolish or harmful, or take advantage of a string on them, and if you have.
Yeah, I
Or
think
Grim and Blow. Grim and Bear.
I think hesitate or stumble, giving the enemy an opportunity makes the most sense in this situation.
Okay. So, I think you so Charvanas is tied to like a pole, and you just stab, and he rolls up and puts the dagger to her neck.
Well, didn't he just get done stabbing Bula with it?
Yes,
Okay.
but that is you hesitate or stumble, and the opposition gains an opportunity.
Okay, and that's their opportunity. Okay.
Yeah. And this is also, and then I think he runs the dagger like just on the side of her leg, and you see her flinch and scream. The blade having the same effect it has on you, it has on her.
I think that's the end of Bula's turn. Whose turn is next?
Gwen,
Okay.
get back. It will hurt her more. What does Gwen do?
Oof. That is a tough one. I am looking at my options. DM. So if we get closer to Magnus to try and save, I have forgotten her name.
Claire.
Charvanas?
Claire. If we get closer to Magnus to try and save Claire, he's gonna like injure her again, right?
Certainly gonna
Or
try.
worse.
May Gwen charge at Magnus and use deft fingers to try and get the knife from him, and use a gallant rescue to keep her from getting hurt.
Absolutely.
Like basically doing something very stupid.
What does deft fingers do?
When you filch something from a person, roll grace.
Okay, give me that roll.
And if I get the knife, it would fall under the item creates an opportunity. Hell yeah. Please don't fuck this up. I got a 12.
So
Hell yeah.
I think the way this happens is, well, you describe it, but I like the idea that it's not so much a rushing towards, it's your attention is focused on the two dragons. I sneak up and grab it. It's kind of the vibe I.
Yeah, Gwen tries to maneuver around to get the knife, but she makes it look like she's just being stupid and trying to charge him. She will charge at him, like, to the hand that has the knife and take it from him. And she'll choose, the item creates an opportunity, hence stealing the knife, and the person doesn't know you took it. So he still thinks he has it for a moment, at least, I think, unless that's not the thing.
Do you switch it for something?
A fish.
I could see.
Because it's funny. Where did Gwen get the fish? We don't know, and we will never know. I'm sorry, it's funny to me.
Thinking, trying to consider what she would have in her.
Bouquet of flowers. Would be funny.
This just feels like one of those like cartoon moments.
She replaces the knife with half of a stick of bread that she still had.
That's very good. Love. It's homie.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's threatening your maybe girlfriend? You haven't really talked about it yet.
Yeah, it's like we haven't really talked about it, but it sounds like it could happen.
And
Someone's
her
threatening your romance option.
yeah, and her mom, you think? That seems to be the 2 and 2 of what's happening here.
I think Hitomi speaks up. It's just like, so, how did it work, Magnus? Fill it in for the rest of us. Was it you and Claire? Or did it work a different way? Did the wife cheat on you?
Let's see.
I'm attempting to use like verbal banter to get him to stagger. Because I feel like Hitomi doesn't even need to take out the sword right now. She just needs to point out what an idiot it is. Because there are rules for verbal banter, right?
Yeah.
Banter, banter, banter. I'm trying to do something a little different.
I'm trying to think what the best rule is here. I think this is still...
Stealth?
It's either defy disaster or fight. Go.
I would actually argue for fight, but instead of physically fighting, it's a verbal altercation because...
Yeah.
Yeah, cutting words.
It's cutting words.
Because, yeah, cutting words.
So daring or grace? I think this is grace, clearly.
Grace or wit?
Uh,
I could totally see wit here.
the thing is, you don't have a move that converts that.
Not really, no.
So I think grace still applies. Because it's
Okay.
swiftness and elegance. And it's kind of like...
Would you let me take a +1 bonus because she's doing it verbally instead of physically? On the grace?
Sure, why not?
Hell yeah. Alright, that's a mixed B.
Alright.
Violence or cutting words. In this case, it's cutting words, inflicting a condition. He's insecure. And she is going to use the opportunity to seize a superior position. Because her favorite fucking move is to teleport right behind somebody.
So, here, let me describe what happens.
And I sort of imagine she's like leaned up, whispering in his ear. Which one was it? Were you the unfaithful one? Or was she?
I like the idea is you do that, and then he turns around and swings at you with the baguette. And I think you teleport behind him again, and he stumbles, falling.
So effectively, he's taking a stagger?
Yeah.
Hell.
Okay. He's just like, on.
And
You baguette me a bad time? Cat got your tongue? Because it looks like you got bread. She just laughs at him. I can't think of good bread puns right now.
Getting a bit crusty in your old age.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. She says that.
he, on the ground, pulls out a gun and tries and shoots you in the gut.
Ooh.
I think she's knocked backwards.
Nasty whore.
You mean yourself or your wife?
Mark a condition.
Worth it.
Yeah. And she's she's now just angry, and her her fail track goes up by 1. She is in danger of foxing out.
Ah. I apologize for nothing.
I apologize for nothing.
All right,
Hitomi is just brutal to this man.
Evan.
She has absolutely no respect for this man.
I mean, none of us do.
Why would she be kind to him?
Looking at my moves. I definitely think Evan will charge at Magnus and try to get the gun from him.
All right.
That would be fight, right?
How many guns does he have on, or weapons does he have on him?
Probably a bunch, knowing him.
I think Hitomi continues to quip. It's like, so how many weapons did you bring? Do they think they'll stop the fear?
All right.
As she's sort of painfully holding her side. Where she just got shot.
That is a 10 for fight from Evan.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Evan MVP.
You hear the wail inside you. Let it out. Good boy.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Randomly blushes after punching him in the face.
Oh no, I meant out of character.
Oh, I'm sorry. You good?
No, you're good. You're good. It didn't upset me. It was just like, that was unexpected. Evan would like to inflict a condition.
Yeah.
I don't really want a string on Magnus.
Well, it could be useful.
You know what? That's fair. I guess Evan will provoke Magnus into looking like a bigger threat, since Evan's like kind of appearing as like a literal devil right now,
Yeah.
and just intimidating him.
Okay.
And Evan will take the gun out of his hand with one claw and like kind of hold him up with the other. What doth Magnus do in return?
He is...
Like, sucks to be a bitch, huh?
He's just going to inflict the condition on Evan. Punch him
I
in the
only
face
have
back.
one condition left.
Punch him in the face back. What happens when you reach 5 conditions?
Is there
I
a
don't know.
rule
Does
for
it
that?
stagger automatically?
Let's look it up. I know there's definitely a rule.
It's one of the good things about the system. There's usually a rule for this.
There's always a rule.
There's usually a rule for this.
All I know is if I stagger, I'm gonna make it fucking dramatic.
Of course, why not? Why wouldn't you?
Make it gay, make it dramatic.
So, if you ever have to mark a 6th condition, so you have one more left, you're defeated, which means you've taken out of the action for the scene. You may faint, rant uselessly in inherent rage, curl up into a ball, or get knocked out. Whatever details, you can't act until the following scene. You still have all 5 conditions marked at the start of the scene. You got one more health point left.
So if I take a 6th condition, I'm out of the scene, and when I return, I still have 5 conditions?
Yes.
Gotcha.
That boy Briss needs to be doing more emotional support with you.
Hasn't really been time.
I don't know. This seems like delicious plot points.
I know, right?
But yeah, he just punches Evan, and Evan is like still trying to go strong, even though he's bleeding.
Yeah. All right. Back to
I'm fully
Bula.
prepared for a 6th condition. I know how to make it dramatic.
Back to Bula.
Okay, she is still... she'd been stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was staggered.
Yep.
Can she move or do anything at this time?
Yeah.
Besides bleed on the floor?
I mean, you don't even have any conditions, so yeah, you're hurting, but
I think... it just becomes a case of blinded by rage and fury, or rather just... I want to say sort of a combination of physical pain and emotional pain, like her back history with this man.
yeah.
And like this girl dragon, it's like the wings fully spread, claws out, and she just tackles him again.
Oh,
So-
by the way, so when you get hurt, your Nagami goes up by 1. And watching all of your friends get hurt also gets your Nagami up by 1, so you're at 4.
Oh, okay, that changes everything.
I mean,
Which
it
means-
more it just feeds into what you want even more. You know?
because essentially she's at 4 Nagami, which...
Would you like to read Venom?
Your blood screams at the injustice of the world. Your Nagami turns into pure venom, and you tap into an avatar of vengeance that must be answered. When you have more than 2 conditions, no. And your Nagami is 3 or more, yes. After any roll you make, you can use the force of a toxic power to aid you in your vengeance. When you do, you may upgrade your roll. After you resolve this move, reduce your Nagami to 0 and take 3 conditions.
Oof.
Technically, she doesn't have the conditions to qualify for this. Are we going to allow it anyway?
If you'd like, I mean, yeah, I think it's a little bit against the rules, but it makes sense.
Okay, fine. I will absolutely allow this. This feels like there needs to be a roll Like, I was going for a fight roll, but I could also see calling a toxic power. What is the toxic power that is being called upon?
This is a fight.
Yes. Doesn't answer the question, though.
I mean, I think it's kind of like part of your upbringing. It's letting out this anger that's been held in. It's, you know, it's righteous fury, you know?
I like that. Oh.
So what's nice is this upgrades to a 7 to 9.
Yes. It does. And her Nagami returns to 0.
Mark 3 conditions.
Angry. Insecure. And guilty.
So I have a feeling
Mm-hmm.
you kill him.
I think she rips him to shreds. Or, like, acid breaths him just to bones.
Yeah, acid breath, claws, tearing him apart.
Like, just with angry screaming. Like, all of this bent up frustration and anger and a lifetime of torment.
And you all
Wow,
witness
this got dark quickly.
an intense body horror. I'm not going to go too much more into the detail because, oh boy, but it's
Oh boy.
terrifying. You see tears streaming down her cheeks. You see your ears are ringing from the very, very loud roars and screeches and pain, and you don't exactly know what they're coming from. And eventually, you all, Ula, you come to with someone screaming your name.
What? What?
Ula. It's okay. Please come back to us. It's gonna be okay. Can't hurt you anymore.
Who is
You
speaking?
can't hurt any of us. Chervonas.
Is she still tied up?
She's been released.
I think she runs over and hugs her.
She is in a different form that you do not recognize. But it's her voice.
Sort of blinks at her. It's like, Claire?
She's a dragon. Same type as you.
Hi.
Nice.
Okay,
heart.
so the green type.
Yeah.
Hi. So
Her real mom.
I should call you mom, I guess?
I like that a lot, sweetie. If it's alright with you.
May I suggest you come with us? We really need to get you out of here. I don't trust them to take care of you.
I don't either. This place is about to get really dangerous.
Looks up, looks for Esme.
Esme, seeing very pretty dragon girl in front of her, and is blushing.
Excellent.
Man, I guess Ula just has 2 moms now.
Three, really.
Yeah, when you think about it.
I mean, one of them's a piece of shit, so just replace her with two of them, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's like, I think at this point she's just like, well, I guess I've got 2 moms now. Anyway.
We'll have time to talk about this later. We need to get out. Though,
Did we see anything else?
You
Anything else of consequence in here?
you find the dragon egg. It was in the room.
Okay. And I think Bula gingerly snags that, and it's like,
Oh, Esme grabs it from you.
oh, Esme grabs it. Okay. Because
She is not letting go of it.
Oh, very good, very good, very good. And I think Bula just points. It's like, this way. Pretty sure there's an exit this way.
And you come into a little cove under these caves.
Are there any church vessels in here?
No, they've all been destroyed.
Ooh.
By who? Evan might know.
Hey, Evan.
I wonder who could have done this out of character.
Is there a big narwhal boy? Is your friend here to visit?
Thought you might need a ride out of here.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, Evan.
Yeah, seems like the perfect time to have Evan take the familiar skill set move.
Familiar, patron, same difference.
Uh,
Warlock / ranger.
Same difference at this point.
Ooh, do I want to get a +1 to entice or call on a toxic power?
Yes.
Tempting.
The answer is yes.
I think I'll go with call on a toxic power.
Hell
So DM, as perhaps as weak and exhausted and just utterly beaten Evan is, can I say that he just quietly offers whatever Clyde wants in exchange for his help?
A date.
What?
Okay.
It was a bit quiet and said very quickly. What was it?
A date?
You know, this seems like it would fit Kiss Someone Dangerous very, very
yeah.
perfectly.
It's it's almost like I planned for this.
Oh man, some might consider this some sort of, I don't know, covenant, devil's deal, warlock
Collusion.
bond.
Yeah. Are you gonna clear condition, mark XP, or take a string?
You know, like most gay relationships.
Look, sometimes a family is 2 dragon moms,
A polycule of 3 hot
Yeah,
women
women.
and two boys or 2 guys and his second giant whale fiend boyfriend.
fiend boyfriend / warlock patron / familiar.
I
Sounds
will
gay.
take another string on Clyde, and that will be all 4 of my trials.
Hell yeah. Is there? I think we go to epilogue. Perhaps. I think this seems like I mean, it's a little early, I know, but this seems like a fun little stopping point here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we pull up to the shores of I don't know, Fantasy Asia.
Oh.
After several months of sailing.
Hitomi is looking on with a combination of excitement and dread.
Yes. And yeah, is there anything that happens in those couple months?
Kissing.
Lots of kissing, yes. Besides kissing.
Man, that's gay.
It's kind of pretty fucking gay, if you ask me.
It's pretty fucking gay, yeah. Can we say that the polycule is official? And the two moms are official?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Two moms, and
Yeah.
they're cultivating the egg for hatching. There's a
Hell
little,
yeah.
They have a little furnace that is always running.
I'm still 3 level ups away from getting to choose a new playbook for Gwen, but I definitely think those weeks and months are spent opening up to Hitomi and bonding with her.
I mean,
And I think she does everything to respond as positively as possible to her opening up, you know?
yeah, I mean, I think if and when we come back to this, we'll definitely have room for some playbook advances if need be. If they narratively want to make sense.
Also, I am choosing new trials for Evan. I'm just thinking really hard.
Doesn't make sense for Hitomi, because, like, she's still doing her arc. And we've already done the one for Bula, so...
Yeah. Also, Evan can evolve to a different one, but he doesn't have to.
Not yet, but eventually. And I have a decent idea of what it might be, but I'll think about it to be sure.
Cool.
You might have some time for that.
All right. Shall we read out?
All right. So we're probably going to do something different Friday. We haven't exactly decided what we're going to do Friday, but it's like we feel like we've sort of done a bunch of TSL. It's time to do something else for a bit. We'll probably update everybody on the social medias when we figure it out, when we decide. Let me see who the fuck is on.
I found a perfect channel for us to rate. Girls run these worlds. LGBTQ, role-playing, TTRPG, women in gaming, POC, BIPOC.
Sounds good.
I want to rate them.
The other one, like, Cyanosis is also on.
Cool.
But yeah, if you want to do that one, I'm up to meet a new friend.
They sound great.
I am absolutely happy to do that. And current plan is we will see everybody Friday. We are back on the Monday-Friday schedule.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'll probably be streaming during the week on my channel. See everybody then.
Oh yeah.
Peace.
Why?
Boy.